Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, please excuse me for the random video about printers, but if you've been watching my channel for a while, this isn't actually that random. Let me quickly explain, because I've done a video on this before, but now I can actually get the answers. So, the problem I'd had before, and I talked about in my video, was that you could buy one of these printers as a toner mono printer from Amazon at the time for about £30. And it came with a starter cartridge. If you wanted to buy one of the cartridges themselves, a new one, so a full-sized one, it would cost you £2 more than the whole printer and what came in it. So the question was, are the starter cartridges a real thing or not? Because surely the cheapest thing that goes into building these is probably that toner powder. So to put a few extra grams of it in there and just say that it isn't, could possibly be the better business decision. So the question is, are the starter cartridges a real thing? Well, I now have a new one. So let me get the cartridge out here. Okay, so this is one of the official full, like 1,000 print cartridges. Now this is kind of a moot point now because they don't actually sell the printer with the starter cartridge in it for a couple of pounds less than the toner cartridge itself. Now there's about a £20 difference, but I can suspect it's going to go back the other way. But the reason I'm doing this video is just for completion, because we asked a question and now I can answer it because I needed to get a new cartridge, and I remembered to do things along the way that meant that I could find out the answer to this. So, piece of paper. So when I bought my first one of these printers with a starter cartridge, when it ran out, I bought another printer which came with another starter cartridge, but I remembered when I got it to weigh it. So I know the weight of a brand new starter cartridge, 698 grams. This is also, by the way, the reason I have this is because this is telling me this is out of toner, although it will keep going for a long while. This one is one that I've printed with until it absolutely gave up. So I'm going to weigh the one that's definitely empty. 698 to 685 from starter full to starter completely empty. This says it's, and when it says it's empty, so it's 690 grams. Okay, so from new to completely empty is only 13 grams of toner, and it says it's empty at 690, so, well, obviously I can go a lot further, and if you think that's a 5 gram difference, that's quite a big difference. So you definitely want to be pushing these cartridges till they will say, we can't do this now, it's expired, and then you just keep trying, and eventually it will give up, but it will keep doing it. You just pop it out, pop it back in, and just keep going. So now to answer the big question, we know what the new starter cartridge weight was. This should weigh significantly more than that, because they say that the starter cartridge is 600 prints, and they say that the normal cartridge, the full-sized one, is 1,000 prints. This is where we find out we've ordered the wrong cartridge. Yep, we're good. Take that off because it's going to have a little bit of weight. Okay, so remembering that the new starter cartridge is 698 grams, we want to hope that this thing is quite a bit heavier. 710 grams! So it would appear that they actually genuinely are starter cartridges when they're sold in the printers, and the full-size ones genuinely are, or have, more toner in them. And as I say, if we take that the empty is sort of the cartridge weight, rather than the toner weight, it appears that you get 13 grams of toner in a starter cartridge and 25 grams in a full-size one. Does the Pantone P220, or whatever it is from Amazon, mono toner printer, does it come with a starter cartridge or a full-size one? It comes with a starter cartridge. It's a real thing. There are examples where this has been known to not be the case, and they do put full-size cartridges in there and say they're starters, because of the manufacturing costs of making. I thought, this is my thinking, was the manufacturing costs of making and storage and allocation, all that, of 2 different types of printer cartridges would be more expensive than just giving people an extra few grams of toner, because that's nothing, it's absolutely nothing in the price. I haven't removed the plastic strap from this, so even if we allow a couple of grams for that, and it's only a piece of plastic strip, it's not going to make much difference to it. So there you go, there is the answer. I know this is very boring, but for a sense of completion, we now have an answer. They're not ripping you off. Though I will actually say, I now have another question, which is whether it says it does 1,000 prints. It must do that by a chip inside it that knows how many prints it's done, and I don't know whether it's going to done that by how much of the page is filled, because I print most of my things, other than invoices, look like that, template designs. And if it says that that's 1,000 prints and then turns my cartridge off, I'm going to be really annoyed, because obviously I'm not using nearly as much toner in that as I would be for a full page of text. God, have I just started another question? No, I don't care anymore. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this, and if it gave an answer to that question that has been burning in your mind ever since we first did that video a year ago, wherever it was. Catch you next time. If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.